Mirko, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me here.
How are you?
Very good. Can't complain.
This part of the year, especially, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us a little about your career. You were trained in the European football, soccer, here for the American system, and then you came here. How was that? How was your journey?
Yes, I started to play in Italy. I was born there in Milano. Joined the Milan Academy very young. And eventually start moving by the age of 14, which is when you can leave your region. Moved to Verona, playing for Chievo. And then at the age of 18, I start moving around different clubs, Parma, Ascoli, Salernitana in the south, till eventually deciding to come here to study. I was a very old college student, and I decided to join a school in South Carolina. Little struggle to be eligible. The eligibility system is very tricky, but I was able to get here, and eventually here in Miami.
Okay, but now you are focused on developing young players, right?
Yes.
We're working with the La Squadra, that is these youth camps that you have here in South Florida, with the academy also for the young players, and Miami Shores, right?
Correct.
Tell us a little about those projects.
La Squadra started as an idea in 2020. Myself and my business partner, Davide Fantuz, we always work with a big organization, AC Milan, Juventus, for summer camps or for events with them from our contacts in Italy. And in 2021, after COVID, we met in a camp we were running, and we're like, I'm moving to Miami, I'm moving to Miami, we should start something together. Then we decided to create La Squadra. La Squadra, basically, we run events, which could go to the 5 days events, classic summer camp, to 3 days clinics. For example, you have Thanksgiving or winter break, and so on, where you run events for 3 days. And little by little, we expand. And then we started here in South Florida, in Miami. We expanded to Boca Raton, Park City, Utah, Salt Lake, New York. And eventually, we combined with another company that we started years ago in Italy, where we organize residential camps and tournaments. Then they're open to Italians, Americans, and so on. The camps start in the morning. Any parents drop off their kids on day 1, and they pick them up on day 7. Then it's a beautiful experience. It's in Corvara, Cortina, Verona, another good location in the Dolomites. It's something different.
How many players do you have in La Squadra?
Usually
yeah.
During the year is around 1,500 customers. Okay. Every year depends, obviously. But we want to create something that gives the professional environment of coaching, the professional environment of having a good schedule in the week where you actually learn something and something stays with you. Then so far we are having a good time. Coming from professional soccer, it's a pleasure for me to see something well organized and well done, and creating opportunities, because at the end of the day, is opportunities and experience. That's all you can leave to the kids.
Do you have this strong Italian identity in La Squadra or not? Like the way of seeing soccer?
I think even if we might deny it, we do.
Okay.
Like we have, especially myself, I used to be a goalkeeper. I have a certain views on goalkeeping that differs with other culture, which they might also be right. But, you know, everybody has their different background and different views. Yeah, definitely we cannot detach the environments we grew up with to what we want to replicate, to be honest, because I had a great experience. I felt like during the years I had great coaching. I was surrounded by great people that helped me develop as a person and as a player.
Tell me something, Mirko, that especially you, that you came from Europe, you were training AC Milan Academy, then Chievo. So how different is it if you compare it with the soccer academies here in South Florida or in the U.S. even? Is the difference like really big or not that much?
I would say yes and no.
Okay.
Meaning, yes, because the system here is based still on a pay-to-play. especially in
I hear that a lot.
the first years. Like you have to pay.
Yeah.
That's nothing you can do. You don't have like the local team that you can just drop off the kid and have it practice for free. You know, it's becoming expensive, especially if your kid is talented. We'll have to travel. Travel means tournaments. Tournaments mean charges and commitment, full commitment.
Do all parents understand about this commitment, or not all of them?
They,
Because you know,
Yeah.
maybe in Argentina, maybe in Italy, is the same. You know, they they love football, they love calcio. So it's like they all understand the sacrifices and everything that you must commit to when it's about a soccer career, right?
Yeah, I think they do. Some people don't care. Some people do care and embrace the culture of the sport, meaning they make their weekends for the kids as their lifestyle. They enjoy it, they are there, they get a chair, they get out the weekend, and so on. Others struggle maybe with multiple kids to organize everything, and it's a hurdle. Like I remember myself growing up, AC Milan, and even before AC Milan, the regional teams, they were picking me up. There was a driver coming to pick me up at my house, pick up the next one, pick up the next one, bring us to the training facility,
Okay.
and after practice, driving us back. Which here,
You don't find that.
oh no, impossible.
Okay. So, well, you were talking about how parents see these weekends or summers, maybe La Squadra. What are you looking for, or what do players expect or need to expect from these camps? What is the result, the outcome for them?
The outcome, I think, like in these years, we had a very good feedback. You see difference between the quality of coaching and the experience per se push you to be a better version of yourself. The coaches are more needy in their teaching. There are more structures. They have more experience usually. There is less rotation. Here, there is a lot of rotation in the coaching, a lot of rotation. To be a coach, you need to have a degree there. You need to have a degree in education and you need licenses. Why here, till you get to the MLS next level or ECNL level, you don't need licenses.
Yeah.
Anybody could be a coach. There, the figure, the actual coach is very important. You cannot be, oh, I wake up today and I'm going to be a coach. No, you got to do your licenses, you got to have your education, and then you can become a coach.
Since 2020, that is the year that you started with this project, have you ever had any kid player that reach out the next level?
Yes, and
Maybe that they are still playing on soccer academies here or in another country.
100%. We have players coming from our event and now play in Italy.
Really?
Play for Roma, play for other academies. They're trying to go maybe third and fourth division.
Wow.
Very young, try to move up in the ladder. It's all about creating the opportunity. And to be honest, it's not forcing it. It's not forcing it. It's many components. That's why I always repeat to everybody, be careful, whoever reach out, because if you want to go play in Europe and you don't have a European passport, good luck. I always tell everybody, extremely challenging. Extremely challenging. Because
What do you mean?
Because they tell you, okay, let's get this tryout in Italy.
Uh-huh.
First of all, tryouts are not allowed, okay, by the federation. Then whenever you hear that word is red flag. They ban it because there was a scandal of agents taking money to have players trying out with teams. Then the word tryout is removed. There's periods where like actually showcase and so on, scouts can attend, tournaments scouts can attend, but you cannot actually go with the team and try out.
Okay.
Okay, that doesn't exist no more. It's a violation of FIFA.
Okay.
And also, in the moment the club likes you and you are not European, it's very tough because each club, professional club, has a limited amount of slot for
Of
the
international players.
Yeah, for international players. You're a 15, 16-year-old, maybe they're going to use that spot maybe for a first-team player and not for you. Then it's extremely challenging. You have to be really, really, really above anyone in your class to be there.
I was thinking about something because I get it. Most of the young players dream about the opportunity of playing Chievo as you did, or Milan, or even another team in Italy because it's your case, right? But I see now in these times that it can be the other way around because like Benjamin Cremaschi, for example, he was a player here, formed, trained in the Western FC, then Key Biscayne, Western FC, then Inter Miami Academy, and now he's playing in Parma, no? Do you tell your young players that they don't have to leave to become like a professional player?
I do. Now, to be honest, I'm a big fan of the college system. And Cremaschi going to Parma, which I also played for Parma.
Oh,
for
okay, yeah.
I'm very familiar with the environment. It's great city, great food. But I'm a big fan of the college environment, especially now things are changing. They're trying to extend the season to a year-long season. Instead of just the 4 months of college, they're trying to make it year-long, which is going to be the level, to be honest, is going up and up. Many players from Europe are understanding that after playing a U21, they can come and play Division 1 or Division 2 and be still competitive and get a degree.
Here.
Yeah. Then the combination of local players with international players, it's bringing up the level.
Sorry to interrupt you. Did your former teammates from Milan, Parma, Chievo see you as a crazy guy to go to the United States at that time?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah?
Even my parents.
Did you play with good the professional soccer players that we know? Can you tell some names?
The keeper for AC Milan, Terracciano, the second keeper, was me and him in Salerno. In Chievo was Ivan Provedel, the keeper for Lazio.
Yes.
You get players that now play for Roma, Cristante, Petagna that play many years in Atalanta and so on. Many players that now they're going towards the retirement of their career, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
But
at that time, you chose coming here to the U.S.
Yeah.
And some of them were like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, they were because at the time I was between second and third division. I was still young.
Yeah.
And
you came, Mirko, in the middle of a process, right? Because it's not the same now than it was before at your time and even before you, I mean, right?
Yeah, I moved here and then I went to a school and I wasn't eligible. I didn't know I wasn't eligible. They didn't know I was eligible. There was a lot of chaos.
Which school?
Clemson.
Okay.
Then I had to move to Limestone. And there, after a whole year, they got me eligible to play.
That's because you wanted to play, right?
I wanted to play, to be honest. And
you wanted to study, but you didn't want to quit.
The play was more to keep my scholarship.
Okay.
To be honest.
Okay.
Like, I came here.
Yeah, I know a lot of cases that like you did.
I came here that my head was switched off from soccer, and I found a great environment, very professional and so on, and the combination of a scholarship and all of that, I was like, okay, I'm gonna play my years, go towards my degrees. I was able to study for many years, fully covered by that. Got education in sports psychology, in sport management, in finance. Then I was able to pursue.
You were preparing for this, right? For this moment.
Exactly. I was enjoying the process, and to be honest, soccer helped me to follow this path.
Which college did you play with here?
I played with Limestone.
Limestone.
That was
Barry too, right?
And I transferred to Barry as
Barry
well.
here in South Florida.
Yes.
How is the level in Barry?
Was a great level. To be honest, like you get a good mix of young players coming from those nice and good academies. Like we had kids coming from Weston, from Kendall, and so on that were very hungry. And also you get the experience of some European 25, 26, 27, even 28 or 29, even South American. We had players like son of World Cup champions from Brazil and so on.
Really?
It was a great mix of the two, and the level was good. Like every practice was challenging, was fun, great group. Then plus the weather, obviously being in December like today, having 75 Fahrenheit outside, beautiful.
Do you tell your players the importance of going to the university or not?
I do. I'm always objective because to make it pro.
Because in our countries, especially if you decide to become a professional soccer player, maybe you don't think about that opportunity.
No, not even close. I stopped going to school second year of high school
Oh, really?
because I
Because
was,
you want to focus on your football, your
Yeah.
soccer.
I was practicing in the morning. Then there was no time for school. I
Yeah.
was waiting the end of the year to take a test and pass the year. But no, I really emphasize it for the simple fact that some players have talent, but they're not ready for the pros. Like you see 17, 18-year-old, they are flaquitos. They're like, they need to put the weight on maybe in some position, or they need to gain that experience and so on. They're not ready for pros. Pros, you play with adults. The years of college help them to mature and to be ready. It's an intermediate step.
Do you see that often in Miami Shores?
Miami Shores, yes and no, but
Okay.
I see it often with many kids that attend La Squadra events because they don't realize how hard it is to be a pro. Like some kids think I'm playing MLS next, I'm gonna be a pro. I'm like, you're in the right path, but to turn pro, it's hard. Like maybe one or two kids of this whole team have a shot to go pro.
Okay, let's stay with that. What does any player, any young player, needs to do to become a professional soccer player here?
I mean, definitely they have to master individual skills. They have to master, but here we go back. It's so many components. You have to be physically ready. You have to be mentally ready. You have to be technically ready, tactically ready, and mature enough to be able to handle your emotion at a high level. Then you can be the most skillful. You can be the strongest. You can be the fastest. But if you miss one of these things, it's going to be very hard for you to handle the real world. You know, you're going there and players play for their life. That's all they have. They're soccer players. That's their job. And you're there thinking you're going to take their spot. You sit in the bench for 10 games. How you react to that?
So, what would you look for a player? What aptitudes should have any player that play for any of these academies where you are?
I mean, in these
What is
teams,
the most important aptitude that they should have?
I think there's some trait that you can pick when you look at these players that make you reflect. First, they're very dominant in their age group. Like, you're not average. You're 2 steps above everybody. And not just on some components. Like, you perceive that the player is more mature, see things faster, is a different level. And able to be coached, because coachability is extremely important. And it's little things you pick up just in observing, even like how a players like stand and talks and everything, like the leadership, the presence, the pure presence on the field.
Tell us a little about Miami Shores. That we didn't have time for that.
Yeah, absolutely. No, Miami Shores is a great adventure. I started working there.
Where are you located?
Miami Shores, we are here in North Miami.
Okay.
We are next to the golf course. Miami Shores Soccer Park is a big park there. And we are in other fields around the area, like many times with the older groups. We are at Barry University, FIU North, many locations. Miami Shores was born, thanks to David Ocampo, reborn, was already existing, as a family-oriented club. Started that way for the community of Miami Shores. It's a non-profit organization. And it's been growing since 2019 that I joined. There's more requests. Messi effect, call it what you want.
That changed a lot, right?
Oh, many kids want to play. And the more requests you have, also the better some teams are getting. Like, and the better you get, the more you want. You know, you want more competition, you want more events, and so on. Then the academy from years ago that was competing just in the South Florida League. Now for the younger groups is competing in the Florida Academy League, which is considered the highest level of competition U12 and under. And for the older group is competing in National Academy League, NAL and MPL as well.
Okay.
Which, to classify them, they're the step below MLS next to homegrown. They changed the name.
Yeah.
They're the step below. Okay. Then I'm really enjoying it because
What is your role there?
my role there, I'm a coach. I have one group, which I really enjoy.
How old are they?
They are U11.
Okay.
Then they're at the age they are still like.
You rather coach kids or maybe like 17, 16 years old, like teenagers?
I coach college many years and I really enjoy that. But to be honest, if I have a good group that is willing to work, I enjoy also coaching the little kids. I just when they say developmental and competitive, I rather stay on the competitive side.
Okay, no, of course.
It's part of the past as a pro maybe or like education. But I'm the goalkeeper coordinator. Then I organize all the goalkeeper sessions for the club. I organize a program, a method for the goalkeeping. And also I help with the admin with Miami Shores, meaning all the operation side and everything that goes by tournaments, by leagues, and everything I help on that.
How many kids do you have there?
In the academy, we have around 450 kids.
Okay.
Plus, we have partnership with other clubs for different type of events.
Okay. Do you have players from La Squadra that went to Miami Shores or the other way around?
No, we do have a good synergy with Miami Shores. Since we are not a competitor of any academy with La Squadra, we are just a plus. Then Miami Shores, they're going in break. We're like, look, we're going to do an event for your kids. If they want to attend, we're willing to collaborate with you. But we collaborate with many academies. Then they don't see us as a threat because we don't compete in leagues. We don't have a year-long program here in Miami. Then it's just, you guys go on break. You want your coaches to keep working. We can hire some of their coaches to help our coaches and to have a good synergy. Then there's always work.
And do you have, I know that you told me about this, the collaboration that you have with another teams, even outside of the country. Do you have scouters coming here to the U.S. to watch the kids or how is it now? Like technology plays a big part of this scouting now?
I mean, technology does. Video highlights are growing a lot.
Do you use technology cameras, like the video cameras at your academies?
With Miami Shores, almost every competitive team has a camera. Okay. For the events, we use the cameras just on specific events. For example, collaboration with the Serie A. We had not a long time ago. They do highlights in some of them. They do report. They have individual evaluation for any of the event. Yes. Now, we have scouts coming sometimes. The contacts from Italy are always open. We had a collaboration with Hellas Verona for many years. We work with Atalanta, which is not Atlanta, Atalanta. Many years. And our coaches in Italy work for professional clubs. Then since their contract is 10 months out of the 12, the 2 months that are off their contract, they're running the events for us. And if they see someone that is above the level of the kids they're coaching with academy, they go and actually be in preseason if they're not under any club and so on to do that evaluation that we were talking about.
Where are most of the players at Miami Shores from? Here in the area, or are they like their background? Hispanics?
It's
American?
It's a mix.
Okay.
It's a mix. We have some teams there, a lot of French, some teams very South American, some other teams, it's Italian, like, everything you can think of is a good mix. I think Miami Shores are doing a very good job to create a great environment for the kids to, no matter where you're from. Coaches, I would say 90% speak Spanish and English. I think it must be a requirement in South Florida, but creating that environment where the kids are able to enjoy, because at the end of the day, when they're that young, they gotta have fun. That's the main goal.
And from your experience, what is the hardest part of coaching, teaching youth players here in South Florida?
I think it's understanding that every kid is different. You cannot treat every kid the same way, and connect with the kids as well, because they got to see you as someone with authority, as a coach, as an adult, but at the same time, they got to see you with excitement and willing to work and be there because they want to be there, not because the parents force them. I think we have to emphasize this aspect because, as we were saying before, making it to college and making it pro is very tough. But creating friendships and having a good time, that's the main goal, especially for the little ones, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11-year-old. After, if the kid grows and is dominating, okay, then you go to the step that you want to create an environment where he's able to be challenged, is able to reach the next level. But that's a secondary goal. The first goal is enjoying, is not going to go into burnout when he becomes a teenager and, he start meeting the first girls and blah, blah, blah. Like, what you want to do is...
Here in Miami, you have a lot of distractions, right?
Absolutely. You see even the...
I don't know how it's in Milan, but in Buenos Aires, it's not like this. I mean, yeah, you have a lot of distractions too. But here in Miami, it feels like it's a lot for the teenagers.
Absolutely.
16, 17, right?
No, absolutely. Like here, the whole system, and plus they not only play with academies, they play with the school, and they play different sports, and they have different type of environments, which I love. I love. It's a great system for them to make good connections.
Okay. But is enjoying the most important thing, or is winning?
To be honest,
when we talk about competitive soccer, I mean, there's some coaches that have been here in that same chair, and they talk about maybe winning is not the best. That's not the value or what they teach the kids, but it's competing or trying to work as a team. I mean, each academy has their own values in that way.
No, to answer your question, like, I think winning is important. Okay, if you always lose, you're not gonna get a good time. That's where the admin comes in, understanding how to challenge the kids and put them in a place where they can be challenged and succeed or not succeed. Then not win 10-0, not lose 10-0, but be where they can sort of be in a level that is their level. If they graduate the level, let's move to the next one. If they graduate the level, let's move to the next one. It's a very fine line. It takes a lot of work, especially from the director or myself, that we are there looking at every single team and how they're doing, because you don't want to keep them bored. You don't want to keep them you want to make sure winning, you're not winning against players that are worse than you, technically. You want to win at your level, and then when you win enough, you move to the next level.
Yeah.
And that's going to be challenging. That's the main goal. But I would say both of them. Winning is important, but having a good time is important. Okay.
What are your plans for the future for La Squadra?
With La Squadra, we have many plans on expanding. Just this summer, we started a year-long training program in Salt Lake, in Las Vegas as well. Then it's individual training and group training that goes as a complementary package for the academies.
What did you find in all these trips? Because I guess they don't play the same level here, right, in South Florida than in Salt Lake or Vegas, or right?
Yeah, no, it's many of the connection comes from Italy, to be honest. The connection comes from people from the U.S. coming to our camp in Italy and wanted to have what they found in Italy in the U.S. Then customers from Park City comes to our camp in Corvara and is like, this is fantastic. I'm going to help you with the field. Let's get this camp running in Park City. And then we're more than willing to do it because it's a new market. It's an adventure for us. It's something fun. Then we start the marketing, we start advertising. We bring the coaches from Italy to travel there, then making sure the financial sound good. The signups are open, we run the activity. The activity goes well, we already open for the following year, and we try to expand.
And what about the players? Do they all have the same level here in South Florida if you compare it to another state?
I would say each state has different levels, and there's many different levels.
Do me, please, top 3 of the best states, like when you talk about how formation, right, for young players, when you see, I don't know, Miami Shores is playing against a team from another state, and maybe you see, wow, they are all the same age, but they play better. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
Tell me.
I think there's some state like Texas and New York that are very specialized in technical skills. Texas, I always find teams very aggressive, very conditioned. And for example, Utah, for the girls' side, are very advanced. All those girls play ECNL and they have access to a lot of facilities. While here in South Florida, you have 2-3 clubs that really care about girls' soccer, and they have to travel a lot, parents. Like parents have to travel an hour plus to bring their daughters to practice, to have a good competitive environment. In other states, it's more accessible and they emphasize girls' soccer. Here I see a little lack of it. I don't know why. There's 2-3 teams that, don't get me wrong, they're very, very organized and competitive.
Yeah.
But overall, for the developmental part, it's missing that piece that eventually brings you to the competitive. You need to develop to become competitive. The developmental part is not really there.
What else do you think is lacking here? They use soccer academies.
I would say like their organization of fields and leagues. Like every week.
It's a mess, right?
Every week you have to fight to get the game on and so on. The calendars come out and they're self-scheduled. Then you got to reach out to the opponent, make sure they are available at the time, make sure you're available at the time, and they're still able to move it later on in the week. It's a mess, to be honest, and every year all these leagues change name or try to confuse parents. Like as myself as an admin, sometimes I struggle to understand all of this. I can't imagine a parent that is trying to guide their kid through the right path. It's a mess.
Yeah, because parents, most of the time, they don't know, right? From the other side, they just, okay, well, let's play that tournament. Yeah, okay, no worries.
I know, that's how it is. And it's tough. It's tough.
Okay. So one other thing, the last thing that I wanted to ask you, you were talking about technology, the cameras. What else do you use of technology that is valuable for you? Like the GPS, what else?
No, we do use many type of technology. We have the video cam.
The video cam?
For many of the teams. We have the huddle.
How important are the video cams?
I would say for the competitive teams, especially the one playing 11v11, are very important for the simple reason we know in South Florida it rains a lot. And some practices are canceled. We use that time to many times with the coaches go over the video and analyze it with the players, because even for those kids, 16, 17, 15, they are understanding what's going on. Just having a visual feedback of what is going on the field and what they could do better can help them improve, if they are willing to improve, obviously.
Do you feel that there are a lot of kids that have a future in this path of as a soccer player, and they quit before time here in the U.S., or like the ones that you know, or in South Florida, because this system to pay to play, or maybe you have to compete with the universities too sometimes, because it's important, but sometimes they say, okay, no, I'm gonna focus on my career and let's forget about soccer. So tell me, what do you think?
No, I think yes, some players, they do quit too early. I think, as I was telling before, the many sports could be great.
You have to be resilient, to play professional here in the U.S.
Very resilient and very lucky. Yeah. You need to be all those things I was mentioning before early. Then you need to be physically, mentally, technically, everything of that very early. Players now playing for Napoli, Filippo Costa and so on, play Serie A and so on. When he was 17, he was a man. Like, he was a full man at 17 and was already locked in. Other players, they made it after college.
Yeah.
They needed those years to keep developing, and they develop eventually, not just physically. Also,
sometimes they get their best performance here as a soccer player at 23, right? It's old, Or no,
Oh,
maybe not
yeah.
all for this country, but
Yeah.
if you think about that, maybe a few years back that was all.
100%. Now it's changing. It's changing a lot, and the all like new system I think is gonna help kids. Division One, they're gonna have more scholarships, the year-long season, accessibility to. I was impressed. Accessibility to a weight room, recovery, and great facilities and so on are things that people don't think about. You know, you go at Division Two and you think, oh, and after you see the facility and what you have access of, you're like, wow, feels like being a pro.
Do you feel that players, magnificent players like Lionel Messi coming here to the U.S. soccer helps in this way to grow the system?
100%. 100%. Because right now, little things are changing. And for example, 2-3 years back, now MLS Next Player, the same professional, the club where they train, where they grew, gets money. They get an incentive to create good coaching and so on. There started to be the first training compensation. This started with Pulisic, okay?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it comes out from your academy, sign pro, you don't get nothing. That's insane. Now this is starting, and coaching is getting ready, facilities are getting ready, there's more people interested, more athletes committing to the sport, even many former football player, American football player, their kids now play soccer. You know, like you have an influx of many different culture and athletes playing the sport because they see opportunities to eventually make it pro, going to college, or just having a good time, having a good team sport where they can hang out, the kids.
I get it. Okay, so lastly, I want you to send a message, looking at that camera, to all the young players that, you know, as you want to become a professional player.
Absolutely. No, my best advice I can give is just enjoy it, work hard, and make sure you show up every day. Some days are not going to be the best days. Some days I'm going to feel tired or so on, but just give your best. Give your best, and if you gave your best, you know, you can sleep at night, and the day after is a new day. Then just, that's my advice. Just keep going, keep going, keep going.
Thank you so much, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay?